What's happening? What up? What to do? That's for sure. But everybody in my city say, what up, doe? What up? What up, doe? Yeah, we got our boots on the ground. Whoa, we got our boots on the ground. Hell yeah. Let me go ahead and read my copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for the fair use for purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. You heard me say it. You can't say I didn't. It's in the chat. It's in the description. Yeah, yep. Y'all know the rest. Salute, salute, salute. Let me shout out to my replay gang. Shout out to the replay gang. Leave us a comment. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. Tell me what's on your mind. And to my bushwatchers, yes, all my bushwatchers, I'm talking to you. And everybody coming in and out of the live, if you could kindly take whatever finger you would like and tizzy tap on that thumbs up button real smooth like for your girl. Real cool like. Greatly appreciated. Share the live in my TikTok voice. Subscribe to the channel. It's free 99. It's free 99. And we have the luxury over here. You could become a member. Come join the family. Get your extra perks. Get your access to the membership only videos. Again, I had to do another setting update, but that's just it. That's just all, but another setting update. Yeah. So those have been put in play. So everybody knows. But yeah, you would look green over here, in my opinion. Just saying, you would look way better in green over here. Hit the subscribe button. At We Boots on the Ground 313. That is us. That is us. Here's that StreamYard link. Go ahead, tap on it. Hit the panel if you would like to join me and Big M. Go ahead. I'm going to go pin it. Don't be afraid. There we go. It is pinned. So if you would like to join the panel with Big M and me at any time, this is a safe place and space where everybody's opinion is heard. So let's get started. We're gonna see what's been going on around us. Let's see what crime's been going on. I was looking and there's a lot going on. We gotta always be aware of our surroundings, And off that, I hope everybody has their armor of God on today. I hope everybody is feeding their spirit with fruit. And I hope you don't forget the 6 things that our Father hates. Don't forget. I broke it down yesterday. Don't forget to feed that spirit. Because that's where that integrity and things like that come from, But furthermore, let's go on and see what's going on around us, The news. Let's see what news is going on out there. Relevant news. Big M, what's happening? What up? What to do? That's for sure. But everybody in our city says, what up, doe? What up, doe? Salute, salute, salute. Big M, something happened. You came back. It showed you back here, but then it disappeared. It keeps saying device not connected. Oh, there we go. There you are. All right, bet.
What up? What up? What up?
What up, though, Big M? Salute, salute, salute. How are you today?
Ooh, I'm hanging in there, can't complain.
No, that's right. I know that's right. We got air in our lungs, right?
For sure.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started again. Again, we're gonna see what's going on around us, and again, we'll be back later. We're gonna be covering Janiyah McMichael Rogers later on tonight. We will be back later tonight, but right now we're gonna go ahead and see what's been going on around us. You know, it's very important to know what's going on around you. You know, so let's go ahead and check it out.
Your podcast transcript is here, and you just have to edit the text, and that will edit the podcast. Super.
Hey, good evening. I'm Dennis Owen.
I'm Alicia Richards. So glad you're with us. Tonight, we begin with new information in the case of an 11-year-old Perry County boy accused of killing his father.
Police say the boy, Clayton Dietz, shot and killed his father, Douglas Dietz, inside their home on South Market Street in Duncannon. We have team coverage, and we begin with Sarah Wilson, who is live in Duncannon. Sarah?
Alicia, Dennis, good evening to you. Just hours before this all happened, the boy's mother posted on Facebook wishing her 11-year-old son happy birthday. Court documents show that the family celebrated around midnight, but around 3 a.m., tragedy would hit. Police say what began as a birthday celebration for 11-year-old Clayton Dietz ended hours later with his father, 42-year-old Douglas Dietz, dead, allegedly shot by the boy himself.
This is a very sad situation, and it's a situation that will take quite some time to work its way through the court system.
Clayton was charged with criminal homicide on his 11th birthday, just hours after celebrating with his parents at midnight. According to court documents, the shooting happened around 3 a.m. Tuesday. Clayton's mother, Jillian Dietz, told police that she and her husband Douglas had gone to bed. She woke up to a, quote, bang. That's when she turned on her bedroom lights and found Clayton standing in the closet. She told police that her son said, quote, he's dead. But there is plenty about this case we still do not know. No comment. Perry County District Attorney Clay Maris didn't fill in any of those blanks today. But according to court documents, Clayton's mom says he was upset when he was told to go to bed and had his Nintendo Switch taken away. He admitted to police that he got the key to the gun from his father's drawer. And that is when police say the boy told them that he went inside that safe looking for his Nintendo Switch and instead got the gun, took it out, and allegedly shot his father in the head.
When a juvenile is charged with murder, they automatically begin as charged as an adult.
Which is the case for Clayton right now, but that could change through what's called decertification.
And decertification is a filing where the defense tries to say the individual should be prosecuted in the juvenile justice system for a variety of reasons.
That's up to a judge, and whatever they decide will make a huge difference.
The big difference is that the adult court system, if someone is convicted of first-degree murder, they have a much longer sentence. Because this is a juvenile, the juvenile does not automatically get life without the possibility of parole. That law changed a number of years ago.
And again, that will be up to a judge. The attorney you just heard from is not Clayton's attorney, but he tells me that he has tried other cases like this in the past. He says it is possible more charges could be coming in a case like this. That does include the possibility of first-degree murder. We're live in Duncannon. Sarah Wilson, ABC 27 News.
Sarah, thank you.
Hi, I'm Eric Finkenbinder from ABC.
By golly. 11-year-old. That's crazy work. 11 years old. Over the video game. Kind of like, you know, if we had a blackout of Wi-Fi, this world would go nuts. Crazy. 11 years old. I don't know. I think you do the crime, you do the time. You know, that's just my opinion. honestly, in my opinion, sometimes I feel like it's kind of worse. If a shorty can do that at a very young age, in my opinion, I think it's rooted in them. So I kind of feel like, that law that they have, for, children, if they're not, over 18, they can get out when they're 18 or can't do life. I don't agree with that. That's just my opinion. I'm just reacting to this video. I can state my opinion on this reaction to this video. Not advocating right now. So yeah, but I don't think I just feel like, for real, if a shorty is 9 or 11 and can do that, I don't know. I just feel like it's gonna be deep rooted. It's got to be deep rooted. I mean, because in my opinion, I don't think there's any real rehabilitations going on in any of these facilities that hold the ones that need the rehabilitation. They're just holding them. That's just my opinion. So again, you do the crime, you do the time, in my opinion. What you think,
But
Dan?
it has to be something going on there. For I really didn't hear the story. I'm sorry, my phone was, someone had called me. But all I heard was probably that the 11-year-old shot his dad.
Yeah, that's what but they're trying to, and then they're trying to, but you know what it is, like, I'm gonna ask you, in your opinion, do you think that I was saying that I feel like it's kind of worse, like when you have a shorty doing that at that young of age. I feel like it's rooted in them, and I kind of feel like, and then they have that law
Yes,
that
but it's the thing is, what made him do that? That would be the biggest
his
question.
evil around him, rooted in him, evil rooted in him.
But was he defending himself? Was he defending the mom?
Oh, he was mad that he took his Nintendo Switch away.
Are you serious?
I could run it back.
I think 'cause I had a phone call and I didn't hear it. But
I'm dead ass. I'm being dead ass. He got mad because he took his video game away and he blew him in the
oh
face.
hell no, no, he need to go.
11 years
Yes,
old. Again, in my
11 years old. If he has that much anger at 11, that's something different. I was thinking that he did it because of something else, but that's demonic. That's demonic. It has to be. It's something. It's like I said, it's a learned behavior. Because I've taken my grandkids, electronics. All they did was cry. And he went and got a gun and killed somebody. That's, yeah.
Hold on, y'all, 1 second.
Okay, so I'll finish. So it's like, so the daddy must have been, or someone has been doing that before. When they get mad, go get the gun. So I do believe it was a learned behavior.
Yeah, and sorry about that. I had to take that real quick. But and I think too, again, and then so he's 11. He could potentially get out at 21 or 18. I don't think that's enough time for the rehabilitation. And again, in my opinion, at those facilities, there's not a lot of rehabilitation going on. So they're just holding the offenders, young or not. So in my opinion, I feel like he needs to be charged accordingly.
Oh, most definitely. But he not gonna get rehabilitation in prison. He's not. He's going to get educated on how to do more crimes, elevate his crimes, something like that.
To just they're gonna educate him how to stay in the system. Because once you get in the system, like my mom always told me, be careful getting in trouble, and it's a hard thing to get out of. Like, and she really wasn't lying. A lot of people don't get out of it. And again, because when you go into it, there is no rehabilitation. In my opinion, they're setting you up to come back.
Yes. It's like revolving door. When you're that young, you're going to be revolving door. If he don't get help. Now, if they don't get him, I would say some mental help, psychiatry, because it has something clicking in his head. that he getting angry that fast that he's going to get a gun to shoot someone.
Right. I definitely, again, I feel like he needs to be, you do the crime, you do the time. I think, I don't think there should be laws. Oh, they were a minor when they did it. Again, he knew right from wrong.
He knew what he was doing.
Over a video game too? Come on now.
I was thinking he was defending his mom or he was defending himself over a video game. Like I said, it's something in that Fortnite. I promise you it is. That Fortnite and that Robux that making kids do kind of crazy demonic stuff.
I'm gonna have to stand with you on that one, Big M. But all right, let's see what else is going on. Man, crazy
Yes,
work.
ma'am. Still don't
We have
hear
a lot
that.
to get to today, but first we want to bring you this breaking news from the Atlanta's north side. Officers were called out to the area around the recreation center on Merritt Avenue this morning for reports of multiple people shot. That's where Central Park is, and that is where we find 11 Alive news reporter Chase Howell. And Chase, what can you tell us right now?
Danielle, so we did just get some new information from APD. What I can tell you is multiple people have been shot inside Central Park Rec Center, which we did come to find out is a warming center with the city of Atlanta. So as you can see, there's an ambulance on scene along with some Atlanta police officers that have been going in and out of that rec center, which is also a warming center. But we aren't sure, we aren't being told right now how many people have been shot. All we are being told are multiple people have been shot, because that number could change. But as you mentioned, this is all happening on Merritt and Felton. Right now, there is no impact to traffic in this area as it's off a main strip of road. But again, what we're being told from APD is that multiple people have been shot inside that Central Park Rec Center, which is also an Atlanta warming center. What you can see on that sign, though, on that yellow sign outside of that warming center, and we were reading it earlier, it says no weapon. So how a weapon got inside that rec center is unclear. But what I can also tell you from APD, they do tell me that no one has died in connection to that shooting. But what we do know, once again, let me recap it for you, is that multiple people have been shot inside that warming center here on Merritt Avenue outside of Central Park. Again, no fatalities and no actual number of how many people have been shot, but we'll be working throughout the day to find out what happened, how many people were exactly shot, and where they were shot at exactly. But for now, live in Atlanta, Chase Howell, 11 Alive News.
That was 2 hours ago, folks. 2 hours ago. Breaking news in New York, Central Park. Wow. Man, oh man, a lot of hate, a lot of evil out there, y'all.
That was Atlanta, wasn't it?
I thought they said Central Park.
That's it.
Man, let me go check. Yeah, because we gotta have the facts right. Gotta have 100% true
Atlanta,
facts,
that's
and I will fix
AP.
my mistake. You are correct. Atlanta has a Central Park. I apologize. Atlanta, my bad, y'all. My bad. My bad. That was me. That was my bad. I take it back. I take it back. I take it back, Jack. Oh my goodness. Add it to the stack of the rest. Just kidding.
Because I'm trying to figure out what's a warming center.
Right. Like, this is crazy, man. What's going on?
Is it like for the homeless people?
I think so.
I
yeah.
have to Google it. Let me see.
Yeah. Again, at this point, I'm thinking there's something in the air. Cause whoa, Lordy, what's really going on? Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay, let's see what we're gonna. Okay, couple shot to.
My bad, my computer run kind of slow. It's exactly what I thought it was. It's a homeless shelter.
Oh, look at that.
I
See?
thought.
Don't check. Yeah, see it. But no, we gotta research.
I know. I gotta make sure that I'm saying. Right.
Yeah, it's when we're on here, you know. But no, definitely. Yeah, that's crazy. And prayers for them and everyone else involved, and justice for them. Man, crazy work.
Well, it's like it's just so much. The year's just started.
That part, the year just started. We are only on the 15th day in the first month of the year 2026. And by golly, it still feels like 2025.
And today is Martin Luther King birthday.
Happy birthday to a king! Woo-wee! That's when big groups of people actually.
This
you know,
this is his official
I know, happy
birthday.
birthday. Happy birthday.
Yeah, this is
to him.
official birthday, but they don't celebrate it until
The 19th.
next month. I mean next week.
Yeah, but again, I celebrate MLK every day or in a moment, so you know, but it's so you know, I'm wearing my MLK sweater right now, y'all. I love that's crazy work. He's right here on the front on my chest with a nice little saying on the back. Yeah. But let's see what's going on. There's a lot going on. We ain't really. Well, I have, but kind of not really a little bit. But there's a lot going on around town, around the state.
It has been. It's been a lot. And it's like it's just the 15th. We only 2 weeks into the new year.
It's the air, I'm telling you. It's the air we're breathing. Some it gets to their brain and they go evil. It's either good out here. Ain't no rest for the wicked.
And you would think because it's cold outside, it would be less crime.
I don't even want it to get back all warm in the D, because if it's like this right now in the cold, oh man, oh man, oh man.
They gonna act a fool in the summer.
Woo! As soon as that sun breaks, they gonna be out here with like they ain't got no damn sense. But that's neither here nor there. But let's just keep it rolling. Let's see what story we gonna click on next.
Well, terrifying moments for a Detroit mom and her family as bullets ripped through their home while they slept. Security video shows the shooter in the street firing multiple rounds just before dawn. Fox News' Dave Kinchin is live at Detroit Police Headquarters with the very latest here. Dave.
Yeah, Rip, this homeowner doesn't want her name or face out there because she fears for her safety. But she says when that gunfire ripped through and she heard them, she dropped down just like this, got on the floor, and really took cover because she had no idea what was happening next. Well, we could tell you right now, if you saw in the video there, you could see the snow falling from the porch overhang as the gunfire ripped into the night and into the home. It happened just before 5 a.m. this past Saturday on Burwood Street, right off of 7 Mile. You'll see the suspect approaching the house, banging on the door several times, yelling for someone to answer, but no one does. They were literally ducking for cover inside. The homeowner says she does not know the shooter at all. Cops say he ran off, then came back, fired more shots into the house and hitting a parked car before running off for good. Listen to that horrified homeowner.
Bullet hole right here. There's one through here. And I think the last one is here. Those are the 3 that came through the home. One actually went through the living room, through the kitchen, through the bathroom to the bathroom door.
And where are you this whole time?
For that shot, I was on the floor in my room. But then I'm like, is he coming in? Is he trying to just kill us? Is he trying to steal? I don't know. You know, so I'm trying to stay calm. You have to stay calm in these situations, but my mind was racing. My heart was pumping.
Well, meantime, we do know that police have been taking some tips, but they're really looking for any information. If you know who that shooter is or that suspect, if that person sounds familiar, give police a call. Your tips can be anonymous. Again, that homeowner said that she does not know that person. She's lived there for a couple of years and never saw that person before. Important to point out, thankfully, no one was hurt, even though those bullets went through a car and that house. The good news, no one was hurt. Now, tonight on The Edge, there was somebody in a car kind of trailing along as that shooter was firing into the house. More on what we may know about that car, we'll tell you tonight on The Edge. Reporting live at Detroit Police Headquarters, Dave Kinchin, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, certainly so sad to see that people.
Big M, just know we got to dot our I's and cross our T's in every aspect, okay?
Okay. But I seen this story yesterday, and it was crazy to me how he looked into the camera, knocked on the door, and he had the gun, was just shooting.
Evil.
And like they were shooting back or something, like he was ducking in one thing. And I'm like, how do you come to somebody's house like that? This mental health is real.
Say it again, Big M, please.
Mental health is real. I mean, come on.
Wow.
A lady and her baby was there.
He was probably at the wrong house. Well,
I just remember back in the day when you didn't mess with kids.
Right, but again, it's probably. I mean, we have a lot of those cases in the D. A mistaken, they get the wrong address or just one number off, just on by accident, and look at those innocent people. With her shorty, thank gosh, nothing happened. But again,
yes.
And welcome to Detroit City. Welcome to Detroit City. Click, click, boom. That's what Trick said. And they ain't lying. Strays everywhere. All
That's
day.
crazy.
Man, people catching strays in real life. Real strays in real life. It's real life. Real life is going on out there, y'all.
For sure.
All right, hold on. I want to bring this story I just want to listen to this one. It's kind of like it's crazy, but we're gonna take it down to good old M-I, cricket letter I, cricket letter I, humpback I. Ugh. Let's see what's going on down there, y'all. Actually, I want to bring these two stories first, and then we're going to bring it down to the, M-I, cricket letter I, cricket letter I, humpback I. My bad, y'all.
Taxes was so taxing.
WBTV, our investigates teams uncovering just how much authorities knew about allegations of abuse and neglect at an East Charlotte home before a child's horrific death.
And remember, y'all, we covered this story a couple days ago, but yeah, let's listen up on the little update. This is diabolical. A 6-year-old. Oh man, it's very sad. Mature audience for sure only. Explicit content. Trigger warning. It's the news though. It's real life. Parental advisory. You were warned.
There last month.
Investigative reporter Naomi Coles obtained records showing this home was well known to officials, yet no one stepped in to remove the children.
No child's story should begin at a funeral home. But for Dominique Moody, that's where you'll now find her most outspoken advocates.
We know that this little one struggled to survive.
J. Vernon Peterson is Dominique's distant relative and runs Unity Funeral Services in Fayetteville. He didn't know of Dominique's existence until family reached out asking him to help in her death.
When I read how she passed away, I was incensed.
Graphic and horrific new details just released in court. The 6-year-old died in this East Charlotte home, since burned in a fire on December 16th. Investigators have charged 3 women in the home, including Dominique's guardian, and accused them of keeping the child bound in tape in a dog cage, withholding food, beating her, and leaving her to sleep with dog feces, rats, and roaches on the floor. Court records say her body was covered in old and new scars and injuries, and she was 27 pounds, 13 pounds below the minimum acceptable weight for a child who was about to turn 7 years old.
In my line of work, you swallow and keep moving. This is something that you just can't swallow.
For 3 men who see death every day, Dominique Moody's broke them.
I have to be the one to take the body into the freezer, and when I looked into the bag, I couldn't handle it. I just broke down and started crying.
Until now, the Mecklenburg County Department of Social Services has refused to comment on whether they had been involved at this home, citing child privacy laws. But I've now obtained this juvenile court record, typically sealed off to public eye. It's filed by DSS social workers. In it, they admit to 5 investigations opened at Dominique's home in the years before her death. The agency closed each of them, saying there wasn't enough evidence to substantiate abuse and neglect.
This is evidence of a system failure. The system has blood on its hands.
Those closed investigations are undated in the record that I have. But the man who embalmed Dominique's body believes her scars and injuries date back years.
My professional opinion is they're as old as she is. Some of those markings have healed over and scar tissue, things like that, at least 4 or 5 years at bare minimum.
Do you believe that this child should have been removed from this home long ago?
Absolutely.
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 Without question. You protected yourself, but you've not protected the children that you had a commitment to take care of.
My chocolate drop, my twin.
I found Dominique's biological mother, Ikea McKnight, who court records say signed custody over to Tanya McKnight 5 years ago, who was a relative charged in her death. Did you ever call police about the children?
Yes, I have.
I have the proof. Through a Freedom of Information Act request, I obtained records showing Charlotte police were called to this address nearly 50 times since 2020. Domestic disturbances, custody escorts, assaults, and at one point looking for a young man who lived there who was wanted for murder. In those records, I found at least 3 calls that appear to be from family members, asking dispatchers for wellness checks because they were worried for the kids. In one case, the record says the biological mother was trying to get the kids back.
My baby needs justice. Should no child have to get put into the system and have to worry about who's going to properly take care of them.
Let's not have Dominique go away in vain. That because of her, we're having this conversation. Because of her, somebody else is going to be saved.
The photos you've seen of Dominique throughout the story show her as a baby, the last time her biological mother says she saw her alive. I have been shown photos of Dominique, taken by someone inside this home about 4.5 months before her death. They are graphic and they are horrible. The best way I can describe them is that I've only seen children look like that in photos from areas ravaged by war or famine. Not in a home on Charlotte's East Side, in a county filled with resources, and at an address well known to authorities who are responsible for her safety. Reporting in Mecklenburg County, Naomi Coles, WBTV, on your side.
Both police and the Mecklenburg County DSS declined interviews for this story. A spokesperson said briefly in an email that, quote, removal of a child is dependent on a number of factors that are specific to a case, end quote. More details from those records Naomi unearthed online right now at WBTV.com.
Can you be a travel advisor without quitting your 9 to 5? Actually, yes. We're Fora, the modern travel agency, and we are
Yeah, that's crazy, y'all.
Diabolical. Really? What do it take for you to remove a child?
Right. How many reports? How many calls? Like, that's disgusting. That's so sad. That poor baby, man.
Did you hear them say that they had injuries as old as she was?
Man, yeah, they said that the scarring goes back. He said that the abuse started since, and then he said at least 4 or 5 years. She's about to be 7. That's pretty much started when she was born. You know, that's crazy.
I need to find the mothers, the real mothers. I mean, this is I mean, he said he opened the bag and he cried.
And they said we're not supposed to, you know, it's hard, and they're advocates, and they said that one broke them, man.
I'm going to dash.
Another grown man breaks down over a kid.
That part, okay, I want to bring this one more, and then we're going to go down to, M-I, cricket letter, I, cricket letter, I, humpback, I.
Breaking news, this time a murder case out of Tavares involving a 10-year-old, one step closer to a resolution.
Or his mother changed her plea to no contest in his death.
Kimberly Mills agreed to work with the state in their prosecution of her then boyfriend, Andre Walker. West News' David Jones live at the Lake County Courthouse. David, what happened in court today?
The judge accepted her change of plea just after 1 o'clock this afternoon. The state was pursuing the death penalty against both Mills and her boyfriend, Andre Walker. With this change of plea, Mills will avoid death, but she will remain behind bars for the rest of her life in the death of her young son. And she has agreed to work with the state in their prosecution of Walker. Mills walked into the court with her hair cut short, speaking in a soft voice. She entered her change of plea to no contest, which basically states the defendant acknowledges the punishment but does not admit guilt in court. Before the judge accepted her plea, her attorney spoke for her, saying her reason for changing her plea was so that her surviving son, Xavier Williams' little brother, did not have to testify against his mother in court. Xavier went into cardiac arrest and was taken to the hospital by both Mills and Walker last February. He spent weeks in a coma and died in March. Investigators searched the home Xavier and his brother shared with their mother, finding evidence of abuse, including a 10-pound weight they said was intentionally dropped on his stomach as a form of punishment police called torture. His aunt shared a few words about how their family is feeling following the news today.
Nothing would ever justify a life. And I believe, like, whether they get the death penalty or don't get the death penalty, that's not going to bring my nephew back. That's not going to bring my brother's son back. God is the only person that can say, okay, this is what is going to happen to them for what they did.
And when I looked,
Xavier's biological father, Keneal Williams, also shared some words about his son, about how difficult it's been to live life without him and how much talent he had. He broke down and had to briefly leave the courtroom. Now all eyes are on the mom's boyfriend, Andre Walker, as he moves towards trial. Mills, through her attorney, said something that the family tells me was just jaw-dropping. We'll have that at 5 o'clock. Meanwhile, the family also tells me that the trial of Andre Walker is not expected to happen for some time. Covering Lake County, live in Tavares, David Jones, WESH 2 News.
Another woman choosing dirty, you know what, over her child. Ugh, that shit just makes me cringe. Anyone out there, you disgust me. You want always trying to get away from your shorties, always trying to pawn someone off out in your shorties. You're disgusting. Ugh, over some.
You
dirty.
said a 10-pound weight.
Yeah, a 10-pound weight.
On that
And the
baby.
only reason she's not getting the chair is because she's gonna tell on her man, because she don't. Man, give her the chair. Bullshit. I cannot stand these stories. I cannot stand the ones when these dumb women choose dirty, nasty, no good, no nothing over their child. It's a huge turnoff. That is such an ugly, ugly action. Ugh.
That's crazy.
Well, we're gonna this one's like a good 20-minute story. We're gonna get into this one and then we're gonna come back later. But we're going down to the MI cricket letter I, cricket letter I, humpback I, and then this terror in Mississippi.
Well, I know it's gonna be bad.
Huh?
I said I know it's gonna be bad. I hope it ain't like the
title's
ones we
called
just.
Terror in Mississippi.
Let me brace myself.
Everybody. Explicit. Don't say you weren't warned. Again, mature audience only. You were warned. You can't say I didn't say it, because this shit is live. This shit is saved. It is a recording. So yeah, let's go. All right, y'all. Let's hear the terror going on in the MI cricket letter I, cricket letter I, humpback I.
Investigators say had already
because help but to feel to
as bad as it gets. The death penalty is going to have to be. This is the type of case where the death penalty is going to have to be really looked at. If he's eligible for the death penalty, the district attorney's office is going to go for the death penalty. There's some cases just that they've got to get the worst punishment. They've got to get the worst punishment. 6 people, one night, several different scenes. You've heard the allegations. They're about as bad as it gets.
says she actually saw her child die right in front of her other 2 children, a heartbreak no mother should ever have to experience. I can't help but to feel like, I could have did more, but I tried to do all I, can to help her, to save her, but I couldn't, and that's weighing heavy on my heart because. It might have been more. What if I did this and what if I did that? It would have been, a better outcome. But I just don't know. I tried.
On a quiet road in West Point, Mississippi, a pickup truck turned onto Blake Road, carrying a man investigators say had already taken lives and was not finished yet. Inside the home he was driving toward was a mother and her children, including 7-year-old Michaela Gwyness, a little girl who had no way of knowing that the safety of her home was about to be shattered. According to authorities, the man who walked through that door was not a stranger, but family, and within moments, what should have been a place of protection became the scene of an unthinkable loss. Michaela would be shot and killed inside that house, her life ending in a way no child ever should, while her mother and siblings were there to witness the unimaginable. In the aftermath, investigators would reveal details so disturbing they stunned even seasoned law enforcement officers. Details that would leave a community asking how something so violent could reach someone so young, so innocent, and so completely removed from whatever anger or turmoil was unfolding that night. But as heartbreaking as Makayla's story is, this house on Blake Road was not where the violence began, and it was not where it ended. What happened to her was part of a wider shooting spree that unfolded across multiple locations, leaving 6 people dead, tearing through one family after another, and transforming an entire county into a series of active crime scenes within the span of just a few hours. To understand how Makayla's life was taken, investigators say you have to rewind the clock and follow the path of the suspect from the very beginning, tracing each stop, each decision, and each life lost along the way.
Podcast editing is so frustrating. That's why Riverside makes editing super simple and fast.
Investigators say that by the time the suspect arrived at Makayla's home on Blake Road, the night was already unfolding into something far darker than anyone inside that house could have imagined. The man at the door was someone the family recognized, someone connected by blood, and that familiarity made what happened next even more devastating. Authorities allege he forced his way inside while armed, turning a quiet family evening into a moment of terror that would permanently change everyone who survived it. Inside the home were Makayla's mother and her 3 children, all caught in a situation no parent ever prepares for and no child should ever have to experience. Law enforcement has confirmed that the suspect allegedly attempted to SA someone inside the house, and news reports later identified that person as Makayla. In those moments, fear and confusion took over the home as the family tried desperately to protect one another, while an armed relative suddenly turned their place of safety into a scene of terror. In the middle of that terror, investigators say Makayla was shot in the head, her life taken instantly, right there in the presence of the people who loved her most. As if Makayla's death were not horrific enough, investigators later revealed another detail that shook even seasoned officers. After Makayla was killed, the suspect allegedly pressed a gun to the head of another small child inside the house. For reasons that remain unknown, the trigger was never pulled. That child survived, but the trauma of having a weapon held to their head in the moments after losing a sibling is something that will likely follow them for the rest of their life.
Dang, already, and I think we got 4 more victims to go. Wow. Because she's still a victim even though she lost her life. She's a survivor. She's a, maybe she could be a soul survivor. I ain't heard the story. But, there's a lot of soul survivors out there that are victims.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. You were right, Big M. Shit. That M-I, cricket letter I, man.
At some point after that, investigators say the suspect left the house, disappearing back into the night, leaving behind a family shattered beyond words and a home forever marked by violence. But what made this case even more disturbing was the realization that Makayla's murder was not an isolated act of rage. It was part of a larger spree that had already begun before he arrived and would continue after he left. According to authorities, earlier that evening, the suspect allegedly went to a home on David Hill Road, where 3 members of his own family lived. Inside that house, investigators say his father, his uncle, and his brother were all shot in the head and killed. Law enforcement believes those killings happened first, setting off a chain of events that would spiral across multiple locations in Clay County within a matter of hours. After those initial murders, investigators say the suspect took his brother's pickup truck and drove to Blake Road, carrying with him whatever anger, instability, or intent fueled what happened next. And even after Makayla's life was taken, the violence did not stop there. After killing Makayla, the suspect allegedly drove to another home on Salome Griffith Road, where investigators later found signs of forced entry and 2 more victims inside. Those men, identified as Barry Bradley and Samuel Bradley, were both shot and killed, one of them a local pastor known in the community. With that final stop, the total number of lives lost that night reached 6. The suspect was eventually located and taken into custody. Investigators identified the suspect as Derica Moore, a 24-year-old who, according to authorities, had no known criminal history and was not on law enforcement's radar prior to that night, a fact that only deepened the confusion and disbelief surrounding what investigators say he allegedly did. As the reality of what happened began to sink in, shock spread far beyond the crime scenes themselves, leaving an entire community struggling to understand what could drive someone to carry out such violence, especially against his own family. People searched for explanations that did not exist, asking whether there had been conflicts, arguments, or long-standing issues with the adults whose lives were taken, even though no disagreement could ever justify what unfolded that night.
This one has to be the most disturbing case that has ever happened in this community. This is just something that investigators in the community say that they're just struggling to grasp and understand how this level of violence can happen in their own backyard. This violent rampage happened on Friday night. This all happened in several locations near West Point. The area is in the Griffith and Cedar Bluff communities. 24-year-old Derica Moore is first accused of killing 3 relatives inside of a home on David Hill Road. The victims were essentially executed, all of them shot in the head. The sheriff says Moore killed his father, Glenn Moore, his brother, Quentin Moore, and then his uncle, Willie Gewins. Moore then stole a truck and drove to another home on Blake Road. It was there, deputies say, Moore forced his way inside. The sheriff says Moore tried to sexually assault someone in that home, and then he shot and killed, allegedly, a 7-year-old girl. That girl was Moore's cousin. Moore took off traveling to a third location on Siloam Griffith Road. When investigators arrived there, they found the stolen truck hidden behind the house, signs of forced entry, and then 2 more victims inside, 2 men shot in the head. The victims were identified as Barry Bradley and Samuel Bradley. One of them was a well-known pastor. Moore was caught and taken into custody at a roadblock. He is charged with first-degree murder. What investigators still don't know and what continues to just trouble this community is why.
But those questions only grow heavier when the focus returns to Makayla. Even if there were tensions with grown people, even if there were unresolved problems or anger aimed at others, there is no explanation for why that violence reached a 7-year-old child. Makayla had no role in any conflict, no involvement in adult issues, and no ability to defend herself from what investigators say happened inside that home. Her death stripped away any attempt to rationalize the events of that night, leaving only grief and disbelief in its place. For Makayla's mother, the shock of that night quickly turned into a pain so deep it is almost impossible to put into words. In the days that followed, she found herself replaying every moment, questioning what more she could have done, even though she was placed in an impossible situation with no safe choices and no way to stop what happened. Like so many parents who endure unimaginable loss, she carried a weight of guilt that did not belong to her, struggling to make sense of a night no parent should ever have to survive. Eventually, she gathered the strength to speak publicly, sharing her grief in a Facebook post that offered a raw and heartbreaking glimpse into what losing Makayla has done to her heart. She wrote, "I'm finally getting enough strength to even make this post. I never thought I would be going through this or even making funeral arrangements for one of my children, especially my baby girl." Her words reflected a shock that had not yet settled. As she admitted, "I have so many questions and so many things I don't understand. My heart is shattered into pieces and I'm hurting." She went on to describe the joy her daughter brought into her life, writing, "Keela brought so much joy to my life and so many others. She was the sweetest girl in the world, and I am not okay." Even in the middle of that heartbreak, Lashana spoke about leaning on her faith, saying, "But I know a God that's going to strengthen us through all of this." She thanked those who reached out, adding, "I've seen all the calls, texts, and inboxes, and they are greatly appreciated. Please keep the prayers coming because we most definitely need them." Asking for time to grieve, she closed her message with a goodbye no parent should ever have to write. "Please give me time to process all of this and continue to pray for my family. Rest well, my sweet girl." Her grief is not quiet or distant. It is raw, constant, and overwhelming, shaped by the memory of watching her child's life end and knowing that nothing will ever bring her back. As the investigation continues and the legal process moves forward, Makayla's mother and loved ones are left to navigate a world that feels permanently altered, holding on to faith, prayer, and one another as the only way forward. In the midst of all the unanswered questions, one truth remains clear to those who knew her and to those hearing her story now. Makayla's life mattered, and the loss of a child like her leaves a wound that no explanation could ever heal. At the same time, the grief stretches far beyond one home as families mourn the loss of a father, a brother, an uncle, and 2 other men whose lives were also taken that night, each leaving behind loved ones struggling to make sense of how so much violence could unfold so quickly. Entire families were changed forever, and a close-knit community was left carrying a collective sorrow, trying to honor every life lost while grappling with the painful reality that one night destroyed generations of connection, love, and trust.
But on January the 9th, 2026, at approximately 6:56 p.m., Clay County E911 received a call in regards to gunshot victims at 299 Blake Road in Cedar Bluff, which is going to be in the western part of Clay County. Deputies arrived on the scene at 7:03 p.m. The investigators revealed the following: that on January the 9th, Derek Moore, as you see here on the screen to my left, black male age 24, allegedly shot and killed Glenn Moore, age 67, Willie Ed Gewins, 55, and Quentin Moore, 33, at a residence located at 123 David Hill, Cedar Bluff, Mississippi. Upon arrival, deputies discovered the gunshot wounds to the head. The men were pronounced deceased by Clay County Medical Examiner. Moore then allegedly stole a Ford F-150 aluminum in color belonging to the deceased brother, Quentin Moore. It is believed that Derek Moore then traveled to 299 Blake Road, where we initially got the first 911 call. Once at that residence on Blake Road, Moore forced his way into the home and attempted to commit a sexual battery while armed with a handgun. At some point, Moore, in front of witnesses, allegedly shot and killed a 7-year-old female at the home. Upon arrival, deputies discovered the 7-year-old had suffered from an apparent gunshot wound to the head. The 7-year-old was pronounced deceased by Clay County Medical Examiner Alvin Carter. It is believed that Moore then fled to the residence on Blake Road in the stolen truck, and at some point traveling to 1965 Siloam Griffin Road in the western part of Clay County. During the investigations, Clay County investigators were directed to this Griffin Road residence by a 911 call. Upon arrival, investigators discovered the stolen truck hidden behind the house. While at the home, Clay County investigators discovered apparent forced entry to the rear of the residence. This led to the discovery of 2 deceased males. They were identified as Barry Bradley and Samuel Bradley from Columbus. Both men appeared to have suffered gunshot wounds to the head and were pronounced deceased at the scene by Clay County Medical Examiner. At this point, law enforcement established a perimeter. Moore was later taken into custody without incident at the intersection of Pine Grove Road and Joe Myers Road in western Clay County. He was taken in custody by members of the Mississippi Highway Patrol, Mississippi Bureau of Narcotics, Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, the U.S. Park Service, U.S. Marshals, and other law enforcement agencies. Once in custody, investigators discovered that the vehicle Moore was operating had allegedly been stolen from the residence on Siloam Griffin Road, where the 2 males were discovered in the house. Moore is currently charged with first-degree murder. That charge will be upgraded here shortly to capital murder, with additional murder charges forthcoming with conjunction with the District Attorney's Office. Clay County investigators are coordinating with the Mississippi Bureau of Investigations, the Mississippi Criminal Laboratory, and the Clay County Medical Officers and the District Attorney's Office. A preliminary hearing right now is scheduled for Monday, January the 12th, 2026 at the Clay County Court Complex. Again, that is subject to change. This safe apprehension of our suspect was only possible due to the assistance of our local, state, and federal partners who responded quickly to our community. I will say at this point, we do not know a motive for these acts. We are continuing to work with all our partners to complete a full and thorough investigation. Again, this is ongoing, and information subject to change. We're asking anybody out in the public that has any additional information to please contact the Sheriff's Office or the Golden Triangle Crime Stoppers with this. We want to do say that we all lift our hearts in prayer for the victims and families. Again, this is really, really shaking our community. And for me, almost 30 years in this is one of the toughest ones we had to work. So again, our job right now is to thoroughly investigate, make sure that we get our District Attorney's Office everything that they need to prosecute. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to our District Attorney, Mr. Scott Colon.
Thank you, Sheriff. I want to reiterate what the sheriff said. All of our hearts and prayers go out.
Big M, what you think so far, man? Does it work?
Man, this is diabolical, for real, for real. Now, I know I said diabolical a lot.
Oh no,
This-
me too. The word diabolical.
This one right here is this one is the most diabolical shit I've ever heard of. Now, my thing is why they killed the 7-year-old in front of her parents, that in front of everybody. That mother, oh my God, she going through it.
And I can't even imagine.
And these are your family members.
Man, the closest ones around you, y'all, pay attention and be careful.
Yeah, I was just running his name to see if he have a criminal record. How extensive his criminal record is.
What, is it bad?
I don't know, my computer running kind of. No, I haven't found anything.
All right, well, let me know when you do. This is crazy. I love it. Look at you on it, Big M. Salute to you. I love it. You got that fire.
Yeah, when I hear it, I was like, yeah, let me go research this cat, because this is ridiculous. And then the stuff that he got, and
Yeah, this is crazy. Big M's gonna keep researching. We're gonna keep listening. We got about 20 more
yeah,
minutes.
give me a few minutes.
All right, Mississippi, what do you got going on? Is it the cornbread? Too much cornbread or too much chicken? I don't know. What in the hell? This is diabolical.
I don't know. You can't break on the cornbread or the chicken. I don't know what this is. Once again, mental health is real.
Say it again, Big M.
Mental health is real. And then you know what my thing is? Everybody is taking all these different pills. They popping this pill for this. They just trying to get high. You don't know the side effect of this medication you're taking. Maybe it's got a drug use in there. I can't just see you just killing your family like this. You killed a pastor.
They gave no F's, y'all. They did. They
No.
That's monsters. Monsters in
Demonic.
Mississippi.
To the victims and the survivors of this really tragic, horrific spree of murders last night. There's no words that could console them, but just want to let them know they're in our hearts and our prayers, and that community is in our hearts and prayers. I do want to give a huge shout out to the Clay County Sheriff's Department and the different law enforcement agencies that assisted in the apprehension of this suspect and the investigation into his allegedly, at this point, horrific crimes. I have to tell you, when the sheriff briefed me about what had happened thus far last night, it really shook me, because this is the worst one I've seen in 10 years. It's the worst one. I mean, 6 people, innocent lives taken, just horrific. And as the sheriff said, these charges are going to be upgraded to capital murder. They're going to probably be more than one count, to be honest with you. And I do want to say this. I talked to Trina Davidson this morning, and she asked me, I didn't suggest it, she asked me, could she be the special prosecutor on this case? It worked very well, and it's working very well with the Oasis shooting, and we're really making great progress to going to trial on that case. And she did such an outstanding job on that with working with Investigator Knowles, that this morning she asked me, could she be special prosecutor on this case no matter what judge gets it, because it was so personal to her. And I of course, agreed to let her do that. So she will be working with Investigator Knowles and the Clay County Sheriff's Department to lead this prosecution. And I will also say that, you know, this is the type of case where the death penalty is going to have to be really looked at. I mean, and when I say that, There are certain legal processes that we have to go through. We have to continue the investigation. You have to go through mitigation experts. There's going to be mental evaluations done. But after all that's said and done, if he's eligible for the death penalty, the district attorney's office is going to go for the death penalty. You got to have some kind.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And you heard him say a mental evaluation. You hit it right on the nose, Big M. How'd you know? Again, mental illness is real, y'all.
You
Take
can look
care
at
of
him and
mental
tell
health.
something's wrong with him. And the fact that he did all that in one day, he was probably hearing voices.
And that part.
Once again, our government doesn't care about mental health. They're not trying to help people in mental health right now.
So, in my opinion, though, he says, if we can, we will. And I feel like, off rip, like you said, he was hearing voices and shit. I mean, he didn't have good mental health, in my opinion. So,
well, I don't know if he.
How can you
I don't
push
know
for
if
the
he was.
chair?
I was just saying. I don't know if he was hearing voices. I was just saying, speculating. If he
Oh,
probably was hearing voices. What I'm coming up with, he was just off. He
Yeah,
was
to
trying
do
to
all
say
that shit, you have something, or on rugs. That's not normal
yes,
behavior.
you had to do something.
All right, let's keep listening. I'm going for the chair. I hope he gets a chair. Or they, or all of them. That's
Oh,
crazy.
I'm going for the chair.
All day. I'm dropping the chair,
Well,
too. Don't trip.
Look for all his voices, him and all his voices.
That's crazy to me. All y'all.
Cases, typically I would consult with the victims and, wait down the line. But there's some cases just that they've got to get the worst punishment. They got to get the worst punishment. 6 people, one night, several different scenes. You've heard the allegations. They're about as bad as it gets. If he's eligible, we're going to go for the death penalty and let a jury decide his fate. So just want to again reiterate, thanks so much, Sheriff.
The fourth scene to be where we took the suspect in custody at. Again, it was what we believe to be the stolen car. Also, evidence and stuff recovered from the vehicle. So again, that was worked by MBI. So that's considered a crime scene.
And so was he caught at a roadblock, you said, or?
Yes, ma'am. It was a safety checkpoint. Again, law enforcement had set up the entire area out there. If you moved, you had to go through a safety checkpoint last night. And he came through one, and that's where he was taken into custody by some of our state and federal officials.
That's incredible. You don't have to hook and retain a viewer because the person has to watch the entirety of the ad in order to get that life.
So do you believe this was a random shooting or was it targeted?
Again, we don't know. That's motive. We can't. I'll put it like this. This guy has not been on our radar. We had not had any reports, anything prior leading up to this. So what his state of mind was, what was going on with him, that's part of the investigation right now. So again, remember, this is really raw. We've been out all night processing crime scenes. Again, we got 4 different scenes. That takes time. It's intensive for my guys. The crime lab actually didn't finish up till this morning. So our guys are back in at it today, starting to go through the information. So when I tell y'all, this is just preliminary, that's exactly what it is right now. There is some stuff that could change. Hopefully we'll have more details. Personally, I don't know what kind of motive you could have to kill a 7-year-old. It's just none out there that you can explain to me why this would happen. But again, as I say, and it shook me pretty hard too. But right now, like I said, my focus is the resolve of solving this case for our victims and being there for these families and doing what we can to support them. So again, I asked our communities, our churches, I know that some of our local churches are getting together, some prayer groups. It's going to be lifting them up. So again, any other questions?
Do you know the relationships between the deceased and the suspect?
Well, I do at the first location, which is going to be on the yes, right here. So, yep. So we do know that the Glenn Moore, I'm sorry. Father. Yeah. So the Glenn Moore is going to be the father. Okay. The Willie Ed Gewins is going to be the uncle. Yes, sir. And the Quentin Moore is going to be the brother to the suspect. So all 3 family members. I will say that the one on Blake Road is also family member that he went to.
Older girl?
Yes.
Okay. And what about the two Brad ones?
We don't know on that one yet. We know he was a pastor out there at the church. But again, other than a pastor relationship, that's all we know of now. But again, this is still ongoing, so we hope to get some more information on that.
You talked about how this is on the worst ones you guys have seen. Are you giving like mental health counseling and training to your guys as well as those in the community?
Well, we will at some point. I mean, this is always available for us, but I'm going to tell you right now, we are so zeroed in on working the case. You know, when everything's over and done with, yeah, we'll sit back and at that point in time. But we do make sure that it's available. It's tough. It's tough on us because all of us has got families, and when you look at this, you know, it breaks your heart. So again, that's part of my job, is to make sure that my staff stays mentally and physically fit. But right now, I'm so proud of them because, you know, they focused on what's got to be done. We're thinking about the victims of this, and we want to make sure that we dot the I's and cross the T's, because any mistakes on our part can jeopardize what our district attorney's office does. And we take pride in what we do because it's my job to make sure that I serve the people to the best of my ability, and therefore I've got some of the best staff it is out there.
And what was the name of that church that the pastor
Apostolic. Huh? Apostolic. It's the Apostolic Church. It used to be Apostolic Drive. I guess they changed that name something. It's Apostolic Church on Solomon Griffith Road.
Sheriff, this is the second mass shooting in Clay County in less than 2 years. I know they're not related, but what do you say to, I guess, the community, the families, just knowing that, you know, this has happened, you know, in this community twice in the last 2 years?
Well, unfortunately, it's happened all over the country. And that's what we're seeing, and we're put in a position where we have to be reactive. You know, if we've got people on our radar that we can deal with on the front side, but when you got individuals that just show up and start shooting because they have disagreements or they don't like something for whatever reason, it's hard for law enforcement to stay ahead of that. And in this case right here, again, this is reactive for us in this situation because this guy went on our radar. I mean, this is family members that he went after, and nobody has reported anything to us. So, you know, again, it can happen anywhere. And the best thing we can do is just stay on our toes and get out here and promote, you know, this anti-gun violence. It's just too much of it going on. We're seeing it, guns are readily accessible to anybody. That's the other thing, you know, we check and see where he got the weapons from. Were they his weapons? Did they belong to somebody else? Did he steal them? So it's questions like that we're digging in right now. And again, it just takes time because there's so many questions. And it just takes us time to focus in because when we get an answer, we want to make sure we've got the correct answer and the one answer that we can give our district attorney's office that can be used in this case.
You said weapons, plural. How many did you use?
We don't know. That's part we don't know. That's where the Mississippi Crime Lab comes in. They'll do ballistic testing and all that for us and get back to us. So again, we don't know that.
Does it appear to be more than one weapon?
Again, we don't know. Understand when the Mississippi Crime Lab comes in, they take control of the scene. They do the processing. Our guys is there to assist them. So right now we're waiting on preliminary information from the crime, but we don't know when that'll be.
Are you worried that using your home address for business puts your privacy at risk? At iPostal One, we can help. So you
should this tragedy force about violence prevention in communities here in Mississippi, in your cities and towns and across the U.S. really?
So what was the first part of the question?
What conversation should this tragedy force, you know, to prevent gun violence really?
Well, again, it's a problem all across the country, you know, and everybody's trying to come up with a suitable answer for it. As of yet, nobody has. So I don't know, you know, again, a situation like this, you've got a family member that attacks his own family. So what the legal for? Whatever the reason is behind it, you know, we're hoping that we'll find out. Again, you got mental health, you've got drugs, you've got all kind of stuff that contribute to an act of violence taking place. You know, and again, like you said, we've seen it here in our community several times. Again, we get put in a position where we're reactive. We want to be more proactive, getting out here, talking, hey, put the guns down. But again, you got to find out the reasoning, what's going on with the violence.
going back to Moore, the suspect, when do you guys plan on having a bond hearing or him appearing before a judge? Like, what's the next steps with him?
Well, as of right now, we have what we call a preliminary hearing scheduled for this coming Monday at the Clay County Complex. We don't have a time set just yet. It's going to be depending on availability of our prosecutors and our judges. But right now, we're looking at Monday, which will give the investigators time to come together on all the charges, have these charges upgraded when we go in front of the judge for any type of potential bail here.
What do you tell people who may have heard this in Clay County and maybe still scared to just go outside, even though you guys have said that Mr. Moore is in custody? Like, what do you tell them?
Well, I mean, it's natural to have fear. I mean, when you get these type of reports of something happening, again, this is our smaller community over here in the area this happened is a lot of families out there. So when you hear something like this, fear is automatically what you're going to do, because again, we see it on the news all the time of violence happening all across our country. So I understand. We understand the fear. But, you know, again, we just ask our citizens, you know, when you have something like this going on, just let us deal with it. Let us deal with the problems.
Sheriff, beyond the 6 fatalities that you...
Yes, let the police do the police work, y'all. He said, let us deal with it. Salute to you, Blue Man.
Yep, because you see the report I just sent you?
Wait, what's it? Did you email it to me or on Facebook?
No, I sent on book. Anyway, I'll tell you.
Okay, bet.
The prison in, well, Mississippi prison, yeah, they got a real big problem with people dying in their prison.
Hey, I mean,
getting beat.
Eye for an
They
eye,
got a lot
tooth
of
for a
gang
tooth.
violence. Yeah. So, yeah.
Mississippi don't play.
And a 7-year-old, yeah.
Oh, he's getting the chair. He's getting the fucking chair. Watch, he's gonna get the chair. Mark my words. I can't believe this is wild, and that's the family.
If they don't get to him first down there in that prison.
Oh yeah, you know, that part. Yeah.
Because the reports, I'm really not trying to put up his background. I couldn't find anything, but I did find some on their prisons down there that, yeah, they're really bad. You think ours is bad? No, they're really bad.
Sure, they in the South with it. You already know. Yeehaw! Howdy, partner. Might as well to meet you.
Yep, I'm Mississippi.
This is just happened in the M.I. cricket letter I, cricket letter I, humpback, I. You know, a lot of crazy stuff going on the road. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know. I hope people cover this story. This poor baby girl. R.I.P. to her. Justice for this baby girl in Mississippi.
Yes, it's like her and 5 other people.
Say that one more time again.
I said, yeah, just for her and 5 other people. He won a whole killing spree.
Man, oh man.
To his family. To family.
Yeah, that's family members. Like crazy work. What you got going on, Mississippi? What the hell? Sounds like they need some advocates down there.
You go.
I can't. I got enough mayhem and havoc and pandemonium right here in the good old D-ski. Gotta stay right here. Gotta fight the crime right here. I gotta fight the crime around me before I go off. Anyway.
But they'd be more accepted to you versus me.
Big give salute. We gonna play the clip. Let's roll the clip.
Reported on today. Were there any additional injuries or property damage reported?
No other injuries that's been reported. Again, this is ongoing. You know, I can't tell you that we won't get a call in a few minutes, you know, going somewhere else. But as of right now, just these 6 fatalities is what we've been made aware of. This is what we're investigating.
And I understand everything's preliminary, but are you and your investigators confident it's just one shooter?
As of now, all the evidence that we have, witnesses that we have, it leads us to believe just the one shooter at this point in time.
I have a question for Scott, DA.
So you got a little girl and 6 people this had I mean, like in that song it said it was done so good it had to be a plan, because I don't understand how he could I don't, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy, you know. Big M, you know, all the grown-ups and stuff, like it's just like knowing it, like it had to be a plan.
Mental health. He caught him off guard. He just said he caught him off guard.
It was
He
done
broke
so
into their
good, it
house. He
had to
broke
be a
in.
plan. He preyed on them and premeditated it, in my opinion, because again he caught him off guard because it was a plan. Man, oh man, Stan.
That's crazy.
With this being such a large potential case, and,
Right.
The Oasis shooting also being a large potential case, I guess how much resources will your attorney have for both of these, to take on both of these large cases?
She'll have endless resources.
I want to say this. This is what I was talking about yesterday with Rebecca Park. And like all these cases that we've covered, we always see a press conference and we always hear from at least like the police chief or somebody. In Wexford County, we have not heard a motherfucking peep from one higher up official, not the prosecutor, not the chief of police. There's one video right after she was found. But again, where's our press conferences for Rebecca Park and Baby Park, Wexford County? Because you're now the defense is trying to fight for dismissal. I don't understand. I just had to stay on that. It just crossed my mind watching this press conference from the higher ups, because again the defense had to get their information from social media. The only evidence that they have is the affidavit that they got from Facebook.
You just said yesterday that population is what, 90?
Yeah, the population's 90.
So
And that
they
town,
could go outside and tell everybody.
you're silly. But no, they need to tell the world. Shit, they let the internet tell the world and interview the fucking criminals and shit. And so they need to come on out here and tell the world. Shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm not there. I
Also,
can't hear them. I
yeah.
can't hear them from where I'm at.
No, but I'm saying, yeah, they should have a press conference, but
And somebody can take their little fucking phone out real smooth, like real cool, like record it and bring it to this here internet, like they did them interviews with the fucking diabolical mother known man. But yeah, I just had to say that really quickly because it crossed my mind looking at this press conference, because we need justice for Rebecca and her baby and all these victims.
yes.
She'll have the resources she needs. She's very competent. The district is very blessed to have Trina working for us. And she did a great job with the Oasis. They're very different, though. I do want to point out, those are very different situations. The Oasis is about a conflict resolution situation that we've got to really root out at a young age, because when they get to a nightclub and there's lack of self-control, that's a different problem. This situation, yeah, I'm like with the sheriff. Somebody killing their dad, their brother, their uncle in a short period of time, a 7-year-old who's related to him. I mean, I can't get an answer to that one. There's no, it's hard to preempt that.
Damn, his uncle, his brother, a child. Woo!
Yeah, I'm telling you.
He was on demon time. Golly.
Mhm.
And again, I just have to say, I mean, it's crazy, you know, how this works, but it's like only people want to talk about what's hot, not about what's really going on. You know, it's got to be what's hot. But this is crazy. This is crazy, but I'm sure, you know, it won't be that hot.
That's
Wow.
really demon time.
Demon, this, I hope I see this story getting covered by everybody. Shit. What?
No.
But, you know, it's only what's hot, you know?
I mean, just think, you killed your brother, your dad,
Your uncle,
uncle.
7-year-old child, like what? This is a big one, but again, you know, like we talk about what's going on everywhere, and absolutely we represent our city for sure. But we don't just focus in on one city. But again, I hope I see this being covered everywhere, because this is diabolical. Justice for all them. Wow.
Yeah.
He woke up on demon time and caught him off guard, y'all. Mental health is real.
without some previous reports or warnings or something to law enforcement. But she's gonna have everything she needs, and she works so well with the Clay County Sheriff's Department that we're gonna be in a very strong position. I'm very confident of that. And like I said, if it is eligible, there are some legal stuff we got to go through. But if it's eligible, you can't have a case like this and not seek the highest punishment under Mississippi law. It's just, if you don't do it in this situation.
Shit, I mean, I kind of like how they stand on the law a little bit or whatever, but yeah, and I just want to piggyback a little bit off what I just said. I want people to realize, you know, me and Big M, we could sit here all day, every day, and just cover Detroit. We're in an area of that has a lot going on. We could focus tunnel vision on just our city, not Michigan, just the city of Detroit. You know, I just want to say that. But we still have the time to see what's going on everywhere. So again, it's crazy work. It's about all the babies, not just, you know, certain ones. You know, we can't be picky now. We cannot be picky.
Then basically you're not going to do it. So this is just fits that criteria where it has to happen if eligible.
How many capital murder charges are you going after?
Well, Sheriff and I were talking about it. It's, you know, they brought one to attention, my attention that I hadn't thought about. It's 3 or more people is capital murder. Mm-hmm. Killing a 7-year-old child abuse is capital murder. And if there was a burglary, that could be another capital murder charge. So,
Theft of the truck?
Or broken into the house and theft.
I feel like they're saying it a lot because they're like letting us know, oh, he's getting a fucking chair. How is breaking and entering a capital murder charge? That's just a break and enter. I don't know, but they throw the book at this dude. I ain't mad at y'all. Salute to the Mississippi officials who stand in the fuck on business.
Over truck, I think. And then attempted sexual assault. I mean, that's captured with the child abuse. So, yeah, it's the worst I've seen. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves on that. At least 2 confidently. The third one, I'm feeling really good about it, but
again, did they show his face? Did I miss his face, or they didn't show him? I don't think they showed him.
Yeah, they showed him.
They did, I guess. I think I might have been on the phone when they did. I'm going to go back later. But dang, they said this is the worst one. Mississippi, what? You know, they did that. They had them, you know, when they take the string in the tree and stuff, they had a couple of them cases and shit. What you mean the worst one? Like, there's a lot of worse shit going on in Mississippi.
Yeah, but you know, this one right here, I would go with them too. It's probably the worst one they've seen.
Yeah, because, I mean, they're good, they're used to the, you know, LY word. You know what I'm trying to say. But, yeah, this is crazy. He's bad. This is crazy work. Prayers for this family, y'all. Give him the chair.
You see it?
Yeah, I got it.
Tell me.
Yeah, you know, it's the worst I've seen. I don't know if many across the state, Sheriff or Chief Deputy, where you've had multiple capital murder charges. It's very rare that you get multiple capital murder charges.
Especially your own family members.
See, I remember now that you just sent that to me, you know, the good old garden getting to me. But now I remember. But yeah, he was like, it's very rare you get several capital. Do you think they're going a little overboard, or you think they're standing on business, Big M?
They stand on business. They ain't going
That's what I'm
overboard.
talking about. Salute to them.
Cause I'm reading that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Prayers for this family, justice for this 7-year-old little girl. The father, the brother, the uncle.
He got.
Wow. Give him the chair.
He got what? 3 first-degree red rum.
Capital red rum. Capital child abuse. Capital SA. Capital child abuse. Oh, he getting the chair. They do getting the chair. They gonna probably do them like they did in Greenmill with the and forget to put the water on the sponge. That's what I feel like.
Cut it out.
They said it's the worst one. They're not playing. They about to light his ass up.
They
y'all.
gonna do something. They gonna do something. You know, with them good old boys. They gonna do something.
Yeah, Mississippi. I like how you stand on business for your criminals.
This
I like
time,
that.
yeah, you need to stand
I
on
like how
business
they
for
stand on
real.
business for the criminals.
Yeah, this is I probably say even nationally, this is a very, very rare situation, and it's her.
I mean, yeah, I guess. It's very rare for someone to kill, I mean, unalive, 1 child and 6 family members. Yeah, that's pretty fucking rare. That's not normal. Not okay. We don't hear about it every day. Wow.
That's not, yeah. And all in one night, though. Come on.
Yeah, he went on a rampage, bro. And then, okay, so listen, we're 15 days in of the first month. I'm gonna write this one down. I'm gonna keep track all year. But this is like the first big story really of the year.
Yeah.
Like diabolical wise, I mean, we're used to we're now getting used to just hearing about these shorties being unalive by their parents, or the parents that choose the dirty pee over their kids, and let the man that's not the father unalive their shorty. We're getting pretty used to that. But yeah, this is the first diabolical story of the year, Mississippi.
And that's sad. That's sad that you say that we're getting used to that. Like, that's
I mean,
really.
it's the truth in
I'm just saying, yeah, but that's really sad that we're getting used to. You know what I'm saying?
It's
To
the
even
new
think that
normal.
we're getting used to hearing that now. It's back in the day, it was like old people and little kids was always off limit. Now it's like
Always something to do with the shorty, or the 11-year-old blowing his dad because he took his Nintendo. Then we just heard about, I just watched the story. This father just got out of prison, changed his whole life around. John Brown and his son, he was trying to keep him on a straight narrow. 15-year-old threw him a badass birthday party, banging surprise birthday party. The son was real ungrateful, and then 2 months later, they got into an argument, and his son went in the bedroom and blew his dad's brains out. Oh, yeah, let me see when that happened, because those two might be this year. Yeah, diabolical, 15 years old. Dude turned his life around, paying rent, was so happy, like he did 4 years and some days in the prison, in the penitentiary. Turned his whole life around, wanted everything best for his son, did everything he could. And that shorty turned around in his sleep and blew his daddy's brains out.
that's diabolical.
Yeah, just wait. Hold on. Actually,
I mean, it's like he survived what some of the worst criminals in prison for 4 years. Come home to do better and change his life for his son. And that same
a
son.
couple days before he did it, you should see the post he said about his son. Nothing but positive, and man, this shit is
And that
crazy.
same son.
Again, like you said, it would be like the world, like like when Andrea Yates did that to her 5 shorties. Everybody, it was like blown away. We have those cases almost once a week now in America. Again, back in the day, it was like once a year, and it was very like, oh my goodness. Again,
Yeah.
we're getting used to it. It's sad, but it's the truth.
It's the truth.
Oh shit! Give me 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Okay. So this is. Let me see. When did this happen in the good old Mississippi? 3 days ago in Mississippi, y'all. 3 days ago. That was this. Now this one, I watched it last night. I saved it because I wanted to show y'all actually. Right here, 1 day ago. My bad. So these two. This happened in St. Louis, Missouri. So these 2 stories are the first 2 crazy ones of the year. Diabolical.
Did you you know that nearly half of US TV streaming is on Roku? With Roku's new self-service ad tool, it's easy to set up your own CTV campaigns. So
nobody wins when the family feels.
Hands to go. Remember back daddy, I got something for you. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, y'all. See my son, man. You heard me? Talk your shit, you can talk your shit in this bitch game. You heard me? What you trying to do? You trying to talk that shit in this?
To our newsroom within the last 30 minutes, St. Louis County Police investigating a deadly shooting in North County. Officers were called to a home on Glengarry Road in Glasgow Village just before 5 tonight. They found a man shot to death. Police are asking anyone with information to call Crime Stoppers.
Fam, let's use this video to keep it real with ourselves for a moment, to try to put things into perspective for what we got here today in this video. Growing up, most of us would agree. We all said some things under our breath we know good and well our parents would say we had no business saying, thinking we was grown when things didn't go.
I'm gonna say this. I've been so angry and I've been so betrayed by a lot of my loved ones, and I've never once even thought about wanting to unalive them. I mean hurt, and I mean betrayed, and I haven't even thought of, like, it's crazy to me how a child can even, the thought, what is gonna become of all this? This is our future, y'all. I'm concerned. I wish I was about 80 right now. I was born in the wrong damn era.
Yeah.
Go our way. And as we say, for the most part, that was the max we'd do. Never in this lifetime, most of us would agree, as mentioned, we'd actually do what's floating around in our undeveloped brains at the time. At least inflicting harm on our parents. Let's just say that. But some might say thinking about it just as bad. Well, a couple of days ago, a 15-year-old from St. Louis, he did just that. Carried out what was going through his undeveloped brain at the time. Killing his dad less than a month after him throwing him a surprise birthday party. Not to mention, his dad wasn't even home for a year after doing 5 years for a case we'll later talk about. But after doing my research to bring it to you guys' attention, checking out some old lives, even the surprise birthday party, his son demeanor, and even quotes that was mentioned in his status, I think we might all agree this son had some type of animosity towards his dad. 14, just turned 15. Dad gone for 5 years. 9 to 14, that could be tough on any young kid growing up without his dad. But it's no excuse, because some of us had our dads in the free world and they still wasn't around. But before we go over this one and pay our respects, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. Family Jonathan Brown, also known as John John, from St. Louis. He's a father of 2 young boys. His oldest, as mentioned, is 15. In 2019, John got arrested after running a stop sign and fleeing police. According to his indictment, in March of 2019, St. Louis police officers attempted to initiate a traffic stop after observing a vehicle run through a stop sign. The vehicle led the officers on a high-speed chase through St. Louis, but eventually stopped in a residential neighborhood. John and another man exited the vehicle and fled on foot. The officers found John hiding in a nearby residence. A witness saw John drop an object into a trash can while he was running away. The officers searched the trash can and retrieved a firearm. Before this incident in 2013, John had obtained a felony conviction in Missouri for resisting arrest. John pled guilty to unlawful possession of a firearm as a previous convicted felon. At sentencing, the district court determined a base offense level of 20 under the sentencing guidelines.
Do you hear Missouri's law of the basic? You're doing 4 years with a felon with a gun. So Detroit, why are all these felons doing months or not? Like, what is going on? Again, don't make no sense.
They get the reschedule, they want to go in.
They get the fucking reschedule and say, oh, I gotta handle some shit. Let me come in like a fucking 3 weeks later, dog. You know, shit, cause I'm sleeping in. Yeah. What? Sounds
That
like that sounds like they the police and they got people in the police, you know. But that's just, you know, let's just keep the clip rolling.
Determination turned on the court's conclusion that Brown's prior conviction for resisting arrest by using or threatening the use of force was a crime of violence. Based on total offense level of 20 and a criminal history category, the court calculated a guideline range between 70 to 80 months.
Get the fuck out of here, y'all. I know a felon that just got out. A felon in possession of a firearm that did 9 months. Not even. And was on probation. 9 months. Wow. Yeah, we gotta get stricter gun laws. Because guns don't unalive people. People unalive people, y'all. That's like saying Toy Story's got to be true. Then how is that firearm gonna get up and do the work on its own? No, a person has to do it. People unalive people. Firearms don't. They have to be used. It's a weapon. It's a thing. It's used for protection. It's we the people that taint it. Everything can be used in a good light. It's we the people that decide to use it in a bad light.
In prison. As mentioned, he ended up doing 5. He came home in early 2025. Now, as you can imagine, his oldest son, when he went in, was 9. Now he a teenager, 14, about to be 15 later that year. His birthday, December 9th. And on December 8th, 2025, John went to Facebook and made some posts that I think we should shine light on. He first talked about how long he was home. Quote, I've been home 276 days today. When I say from the N's to the B's, if a MF don't get nothing from you, from the hotter MF, I want to see you lose. 2026, don't come around me if you don't know what loyalty is. F love. He also wrote in the following post, my son finna be 15 tomorrow. Thank you, Lord, for letting me be with my son. Next year, big 16. It's going down. I did notice he was a local barber as he posted his son and the shop location he worked at. And on December 15th, 2025, he wished his son a happy birthday. Quote, yeah, I wish my son an MFing birthday. Happy birthday, son. You big 15 now. Daddy love you. Man, you need to grow up and stop being shy. Love you. Doing all that crazy talking. Like I don't do nothing for my boy. Give the world to my little boys. And that quote, doing all that crazy talking like I don't do nothing for my boy, would explain his demeanor during his surprise birthday party from his dad, which this picture was taking place from. Check it out.
Let me see. Hey, turn around for that. Okay. Go on in for that. Now leave your glasses on. Go ahead. I can't see. Yes, you can. Shut up.
And I did watch this one already. All the money we see, it's all $100 bills.
Ungrateful.
I was just about to say, what an ungrateful, like, what? Again, like he said, yeah, he was taken away, he did his time, but there's people's fathers out here that have been free their whole life that has never been a daddy. Diabolical.
That part.
Diabolical. This dude, man, wow. I'm going on mute.
With all this money I called on my money, I'm doing hey, shoot on with your nigga. Hey, shoot on
Again, those are all $100 bills. This one's hard. I would have picked all that money back up and put it back in my motherfucking pocket. Like, okay, Buck, happy birthday to you, shit. This is what happens when we, people call it gentle parenting. I don't believe in gentle parenting. It's called no accountability. This is what happens. I'm talking about, you seen all them $100 bills? He's 15 fucking years old. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, I'm gonna have to say this. In my opinion, this man wasn't even home from a year, but he's not giving really good, like, I feel like he's not even seeing it because he's more concerned about himself. I don't know. Like, how can you not see your son? It obviously has an issue, but you want to keep recording and singing and go live or whatever, record, but not I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know, man. This is crazy. And I don't know how the hell y'all get all them $100 bills. Can I get, what line of work do you do? Because I would like to go into it, please, for your 15-year-old surprise birthday party. I need that job, please. Unless it's counterfeit. But please let your girl know. I will do all the courses, everything. Sign me up. What? 15 years old? Ooh,
Making it rain on his ass. Hey, I don't want to feel like a man of the year. I don't want to feel like the man of the year. I don't want to feel like the man of the year. I don't want to feel like the man of the year. I don't want to feel like the man of the year. I don't want to feel like the man of the year. Man of the year.
Big M, are you watching this shit?
Yes.
He said, quit being shy. That ain't shy. Do you see how he just jerked his arm from him?
Yep.
Oh, I just want to make sure I wasn't, hallucinating. Oh, hell no.
I think the prop money they throwing.
It better be.
Yeah, it's prop money.
What do you think about this so far? We're reacting, we're not advocating right now, so I can ask you what you think.
I just think he's so ungrateful.
You think that, I think, well, I already watched the video, so I'm not even going to cheat.
I think he's...
My bad, Big M. What would you say?
No, I think he's ungrateful. Go ahead.
All right.
You said it's all what on that pizza? Pork. I got ham.
Yeah, it's got to be prop money because you know one of them little kids if you're trying to slick like by trying to grab a bill. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody trying to grab none of them bills. That's fake. Yeah, I think you're right, Big M. Or maybe they're scared of him. I don't know.
What about beef? That's beef. I got beef. Play that other shit. What's that other shit? Let me see. Hey, Daddy, what's up, gang? Pop your shit, gang. Come on, I got some studio in here. Come here, I got something for you. I got a gift for you. Come here. Fat Daddy, yeah, I'm live. Come here, Fat Daddy. Fat Daddy, I got something for you. Come here. Let's come here.
Over a quarter pound of beef and beer cheese on a fresh.
We're fucking doomed, yo. Like my generation or people we're doomed. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm live. Yeah, I'm live. But you want me to believe you were trying to lead your son down a good narrow path? I just don't believe it. Just off of the way you're talking to him, the way, like, I don't know, off this live, it's not giving your.
I think he probably was. The son just looked like he just.
But I don't know, like, I just don't, like, I feel like the way he's talking to him, he's 15, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but yeah, I feel like, I don't know. But who knows? Everybody, you know, I don't know. Maybe that's just who he is, you know? That's why I'm not judging or anything like that. I'm just saying, man, I don't know. That could just be who he is, because some people can be like that and still be a good teacher. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They just sound like that. So, you know, but I was just bringing that up. I was just seeing.
Look at the boy whole demeanor.
Yeah, man. But did you notice when he walked in, he was real respectful to the women. You know what I'm saying? He hugged them and he was smiling. I felt like his demeanor a little bit changed, like a smidge. But like I was like interesting. Like he was like. It's like I don't know. It's like you could tell he had animosity because the women I don't know. Did you see that part?
Yeah, when he came in.
What do you think about what I just said about like when he was hugging the women and stuff?
Yeah.
I felt like that was actually kind of real and genuine.
He probably missed his mom. She's probably at the club somewhere.
Let's run the clip. He just.
Come here, Fat Daddy, I got something for you. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, y'all. See my son, man. You heard me? Talk your shit, you can talk your shit in this bitch game. You heard me? What you trying to do? Talk your shit in this bitch game. Talk your shit in this bitch.
Big M, are we supposed to tell our kids talk your shit in this bitch gang?
That's a boy. Heck yeah.
He said, heck yeah.
Yeah. You better man up, nigga.
That's what I'd be saying. I wonder what them comments in that live said on that. I want to know what them comments say. I was like, man, if you don't turn that frown the fuck upside down in this bitch gang.
Bitch gang. For my life, right there. You heard me? How you going?
All right, Big M, I got a question for you. You ready? Would you let one of your girls date that boy?
Hell no.
Wait a minute. All right. She said, hell.
He can't even speak to my grandkids. Look at his pants sagging. No. Hell no.
That's what made me say it was a pants sagging. So, do you think he's leading his son down a good road, letting him rock his pants like that?
Well, you can't control, you know, you can't control this little boy, even by his actions, how the little boy is even acting to a surprise party.
Right. No, for sure. I just had to ask you that because I know how you are, and I seen the pants. That's why I was like, let me ask her this.
Hecky no.
Hecky no. Don't come to Big M doorstep. Big M ain't playing with your boy. That's crazy. Prayers for John.
I be seeing him in the camera. Tell him don't ring my doorbell. You know, don't walk on my porch. Don't walk on my porch.
Hecky no. She gonna see you coming up the stairs. Hecky no. Don't do it. One more step. I promise you.
I already told my not like that home.
Yeah, I already know you did. You ain't playing. I already know. I just, but yeah. What'd you say? Oh yeah, I'll mute you. You said put you on mute, right?
My bad. I know I was unmuted.
All right. You still think he's what kind of line of work? I need some new chains. What kind of job does he do? I need that job.
He's a barber.
Oh yeah, and those those haircuts.
And barbers make money now. They be like $70, $80, and $100 a haircut nowadays.
His shit was fresh too. His son's hair was fresh in that flyer. I was trying to remember what he did. I'm gonna have to try to learn how to do hair, y'all.
And if he good, he got some money.
Y'all get whatever y'all want. I got it. It's in our like thing. Are anybody gonna steal it? Hold on.
Oh my God, why this no steal?
Balance be so good as hell.
I don't care about no balance.
You got some 4, some 9. Yours 9. Might be, you know what I mean? Right there, you wanna know? I'll be learning you, boy.
Get probably some.
Come here, sing happy birthday. You don't like the camera, so sing happy birthday.
Hey, did you know you can save 20 minutes?
As you could tell from the looks of things in that video, something was off. His father already knew that. He was looking past it. And of course, like many teenagers, he just thought he had something on his mind. Of course, it could possibly, more than likely, be animosity towards his dad. But nonetheless, he showed up for his son. But a couple weeks later, on January 7, 2026, North St. Louis County say a shooting happened in the 10800 block of Glengarry Road just before 5 p.m. Police said they were called for an unsuspicious death. And when they arrived, they found 34-year-old Jonathan Brown fatally shot. May he rest in peace. A level condolences to his family.
Just into our newsroom within the last 30 minutes, St. Louis County Police investigating a deadly shooting in North County. Officers were called to a home on Glen Gary Road in Glasgow Village just before 5 tonight. They found a man shot to death. Police are asking anyone with information to call Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS.
Less than a week later, the homicide investigation in St. Louis County, an arrest was made January 12, 2026. Most didn't expect who the suspect would be.
Police announced they arrested a teenager in connection to a deadly shooting in Glasgow Village. This happened on Glen Gary Road just before 5 last Wednesday. St. Louis County Police say they found a man dead in a home. A 15-year-old suspect is now facing second-degree murder charges.
John's 15-year-old son. He was arrested in connection with the homicide and now in custody at St. Louis County Family Court. He faces charges of murder in the second degree and armed criminal action. Because of his age, further details about the case is not available at this time and due to an ongoing investigation. In fact, we laid the facts on the table, and until more information be put out, I think it's imperative that we hold fast on the judgments. It's an unfortunate situation to know, according to the police report, his son waited till his father went to sleep to gun him down. You know how many thoughts gotta be roaming in your head? What would make a 15-year-old wanna do such things? Sometimes hurt can only be vented through action. It's a very sad situation. John, once again, rest in peace and love and condolences to your
Wow. And that he said sometimes hurt has to be done, felt by action. Because hurt people, y'all. Wow. I had to come off mute on that one. I'm writing that one.
Yeah.
That was a deep one. Wow. Again, I told y'all he was asleep and he said he had to think about it. I mean, but I'm going on mute.
the family. As more developed, I keep you guys updated via video or post. Fam, this was the story of a teenager.
Trying to see, and maybe I watched a different video, but his because did it show about how he had to go live with his dad because he got in trouble for carjacking in this one?
No, I didn't hear that.
Okay, because I watched two of them because I was like, that's why I just scanned the video real quick because I was like, why didn't they talk about that's why he was living with his dad, because his mom couldn't control him. And there's a clear video. There's three boys, and they had a semi, automatic, and he was in the middle, and he was the one who had the pew pew, and yeah. I'm gonna try to find that real quick. We just watched it's like 2 minutes. Hold on, I thought it was in this one. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm still here. Just 1 second. I found it. Hold on.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear legend.
After 4 years and 10 months, I'm nothing. My life. He made a promise to his children that he will always be there and be their biggest supporter. Social media, it wasn't uncommon to see him speak about being outside of those walls and doing the right thing in life. He would state, "When I say the Lord is a blessing in my life, Been home 197 days, own house, own job. I'm at peace, own everything. Lord, I get on here to thank you for always having my back. Just want to thank you for everything you've been doing for me. All I want is to be a great father to my boys and teach them morals and to be spiritual because without God, I'm nothing. There is nothing I haven't been through that I cannot prevent them from going through what I went through because I lived it. Got my own everything, all bills in my name after 4 years and 10 months locked up. I stay in my house and all my bills are zero. Thank you to Almighty God, but thank you, Lord. And that was just one of his many posts speaking about his excitement, being in the free world, and he wanted others to see that there is purpose after being locked up. Jonathan realized that having a different mindset to do something positive in his life was going to set him up for success. And he wanted his boys to be able to have someone to look up to do the right thing themselves. If he was not in the barbershop cutting hair, he enjoyed spending his free time hanging and making new memories with his boys, especially his oldest son, who recently just turned 15 in December of 2025. When Jonathan first started his bid, his oldest son was around 9 years of age, and by the time he got out, his son had just turned 14. Now, even though 4 to 5 years is not that long to be away, it's a long time when you have young children that Jonathan living the wrong way. Oldest boy we've been speaking about, whose name is Legend, would get himself caught up living the wrong way and doing the wrong things. And at the age of 13, he even would make news himself, being a part of a trio who did an armed carjacking. Now, even though the news article did not give the names of who were involved because they're juveniles, here's the photo they put out, and the person in the middle is said to be Legend. According to the news article, it stated that Berkeley police were asking for the public's help identifying 3 suspects in an armed carjacking. The Berkeley Police Department opened an investigation on a Saturday at around 3 p.m. after a 2014 Mercedes E350 was carjacked from the 6400 block of Evergreen Boulevard. Police said there were 3 suspects that were captured on surveillance tape, and one of them was armed with a dark brown semi-automatic pistol. The group ordered a man out of the Mercedes at gunpoint and drove away in the vehicle. Ultimately, the 3 suspects were caught, but what punishment they received is unknown. Now, once Legend's dad came home, it appeared that he would go and stay with him, and Jonathan was doing everything in his power to keep his son on the straight and narrow. Again, he was truly proud of being a father and wanted to make sure that his son didn't make the same mistakes he made in life, so there was no limit of what he would do to point Legend in the right direction in life. On one post he wrote, had him go to summer school through spring break to get caught up, and he did it. Tears of joy. I'm so proud of you, Fat Daddy. Now let's go to the 12th grade, get a high school diploma, and go to college. I love you, son. Pops is proud of you. But what his dad didn't know, things would change for the worse for him and Legend in just a few short months. Before awful tragedy would take place in January of 2026, in December of 2025, Jonathan was able to celebrate his oldest boy's birthday for the first time outside of jail walls in 5 years.
Let me see, my daddy. Let me see. Hey, turn around, my daddy. Okay. Go on in, my daddy.
However, if you look at Legend, he doesn't appear to be as excited as those people around him. Now, this could be for many reasons. Maybe Legend wanted to do something else for his birthday. Maybe that's just Legend's personality. However, you can definitely tell that something was not going the way that he wanted it to go. Before the party and the festivities took place, Jonathan would take to social media saying, "First off, I want to thank the Lord for making all things possible for me and all my boys. Today's your day, Fat Daddy. Daddy loves you. My son's the Big 15. Y'all wish my son, my right hand, my best friend, my backbone, a happy mother effing birthday. Turn up. Party Saturday. Happy birthday to my oldest boy." In the video, it is clear to see that Jonathan was definitely hype about his son and even appeared to be more excited than Legend was. Well, within a few weeks after that birthday celebration, and just a few days after the new year had begun, Jonathan's family will receive some disturbing news. According to the police report, it states on January 7, 2026, at approximately 4:51 p.m., St. Louis County police officers from the North County Precinct will respond to a call for service for a suspicious unaliving in the 10,800 block of Glengarry Road. Responding officers located an adult male that was suffering from at least 1 gunshot wound to the head. The victim was pronounced deceased at the scene. That victim was later identified as 34-year-old Jonathan Brown. On Sunday, January the 11th, 15-year-old male suspect was arrested and remanded to the custody of the St. Louis County Family Court for murder in the second degree and armed criminal action. And according
Yeah, I forgot I watched 2 different videos. That's why I was like, wait a minute, where are all the rest of the stuff? So yeah, see, my bad, y'all. I watched 2 of them. But yeah, crazy work. This happened again. You just seen the date. 2 crazy stories going on to start the year off. 2026. Crazy work. You know. Again, me and Big M will be back here later, you know. And until then, I hope y'all real smooth with it, real cool with it, and most importantly, be real true with it. Well, as true as you can be with it, you know. And we're gonna end it like we always do, you know. Good old Winnie the Poohski. You're smarter than you think. You're stronger than you believe. I mean, you're braver than you believe, and you're stronger than you seem. My bad, y'all. I'll be doing it off memory. My bad. I feel it in my heart every time, my soul. Remember, it's all love over here. Love and truth and peace, you know? Big M?
Peace.
Peace. Salute. We'll be back, y'all. Be smooth now. One more thing. And remember, say what you mean and mean what you say.